Hey, good morning. Well, it's afternoon here, but it feels like morning. So it's Wednesday lunchtime in the UK here. Welcome to my video. I've been called to do a video over the last couple of days, but I'm home educating my daughter now, so I'm just finding time tough. But anyway, here I am. So what I wanted to talk about was the whole spiritual journey that we are on at the moment, and how we are, and please remember, when I'm talking from my personal perspective, from my truth, and it might not be your truth or your personal perspective, and if it triggers you or you're not interested, you can just turn off. But what I want to talk about is when we're on a spiritual journey, or when we're on our journey of life, our evolving, forget the spirituality, but just because we are all spiritual beings, when we're on that journey, we're always seeking to better ourselves. And we do need to do the inner work, because we do need to transmute the shadows that are within us, but we need to love them, not hate them. We've all got shadows within us, and that's where the gene keys for me, which is this book, and I know it's going to be back to front, but that Quirky Cosmo introduced me to, has really transformed my life, because it's allowed me to work out where my shadows are, what I'm transmuting, and just have like constant epiphanies in my head. But as I was saying with regards to the spiritual journey, is that we tend to get diverted, or we tend to feel like we need to be a certain way to be at that spiritual level, which is bullshit, which is absolute utter bollocks. Because we are all individual, unique beings. So about 1.5 years ago, I went to a wellness festival at Olympia with my mum, and we come across a kirtan tent, and I persuaded my mum to go in. She was quite uneasy about it. It was way out of her comfort zone, but we went in nonetheless, and we've done some singing, and I went to another place, a place I've never been before. It was just amazing, right? I was like, wow, this is my thing. So anyway, the guy come along. My mum did enjoy it, by the way, as well, and she was pretty blown away. Afterwards, I come across the guy that was holding the kirtan come over to us, and he started talking to me and us, and said, like, I really could feel you connecting in, like there was a real, you was really deeply connecting. And I said, well, to be honest, I went to a place that I've never been, and I've always been quite down on myself because I'm not that silent meditator. And, I've always thought there was something wrong with me. And he said to me that some people are just meant to sing. Some people are just meant to move. That is your meditation. That is your thing. And I was like, thank you. Because I kind of needed to hear them words, because I was so enthralled within this journey and watching this person and watching that person and reading this post and, all the new age stuff that's just like, poh, poh, poh. And I was like, I'm doing it wrong. I'm not doing this. I can't do that. I don't want to sit there and meditate silently. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It doesn't connect me to source. It connects me to my mind, and then my mind races. And I can switch it off, but it doesn't feed my soul. And like over the last few months, this has really, really come deep for me. So I started setting up circles, women's circles, or sister circles, whatever. It's like a group healing circle. And, they've been really successful. And because I love connecting people up, but I want people to understand that there's other ways to connect to source. There's other ways to heal. There's other ways to self-heal. And I want people to be able to follow their heart. And that is the main purpose, of everything that I do. Because I've been, along my journey since, I'd say 2014. When I had my daughter in 2010, that was obviously my big change in my life. Completely, my partying days went out the window. I no longer felt the need to do anything like that. And then, when my daughter was about 3, I got really sick, constant stomach problems, and I was in hospital, and everything just changed within my mind. And I realised in that moment on, observing what was going on in the ward and all the medication and morphine that they were pumping on me and everybody else, made me realise what the system was about. And then I started taking, so then I had some plant medicine and it actually made me feel better. And I started realising there was way more to what was going on. And then I sort of started waking up to corruption. And then I really got on the spiritual path. So I say the spiritual path really was about 4 or 5 years ago. But I've always been sort of spiritually inclined. I've always sort of seeked for something else, you know, wanting to take myself, take mind-altering medication, well, not medication, but mind-altering drugs to sort of get to a place where I kind of missed. I always felt out of place when I was younger. But over the last 4 or 5 years, it sort of really sort of heightened for me. And so, but I was always feeling like I wasn't in a place that everyone else was in, that I was doing something wrong, because I don't really do yoga. Yoga's not my thing. And everyone that was spiritual seemed to do yoga. I've been to yoga and it's okay, but I was never really that drawn to it. And, you know, I don't silent meditate. So I listen to people and you know, I was listening to people and, you know, you've got to sit there in silence and you can connect up and, you know, and I was thinking maybe there's something wrong with me because I can't really do that. But I can't do it, but I don't want to do it. So I can sit in silence. I love a silent house and I love quietness and just being. But, you know, for me to connect to source and to connect into my soul and to my heart, I dance, I move, I light language, I sing, I do breath work. I had an amazing breath work I had an amazing breathwork epiphany last night. Something just come to me before bed. I usually sort of clear all my energy, might do a shield, all depending on how I'm feeling, and I will clear my energy with some light language, and then I'll lay down and just sort of go off into a nice sort of meditative sleep. But last night I just felt the need to do breath work, and it was really quite intense, and it just come out of nowhere. And I was doing this breath work and I could feel this gold aura just like filling me up. My third eye was popping, my crown was, you know, spinning, and I come out of it and I was like, whoa. And I haven't done that before. I've been to a breathwork ceremony where I've felt like that, but this was, you know, really connecting me up. And then I stopped this. So I come out of my trance. I sat down, done my cards, and they were all saying the same thing. And it was all about being still, connecting to your heart, being love, you know, quietening your mind, and just being in that moment. And what I've been doing lately is, because I've been getting stuff together for a workshop that I'm going to be starting in January, a self-empowerment workshop. And I've got some circles running over the solstice and a meetup. So I've been so busy trying to organise and trying to market these products and, you know, and my services, because I want to help, that I've not actually spent a lot of time just being and allowing things to come. Because when we just be and we just listen in to ourselves, it just comes to us. And all the outside is just a distraction. So, you know, everything's a distraction. Everything is distracting you from yourself. So I'm not someone who follows diets. I don't follow certain, you know, food trends, juices, drinks, or anything like that. I've always pretty much sort of done me. And I'm pretty good with things like that. Apart from when I sort of woke up to the health stuff, I did massively go a bit on one with clean eating, and actually made myself more stressed. And that's what I'm talking about, is just to be. Stop thinking that we've got to do this and we've got to do that. And if we don't do that, we're not going to get there. Just stop and just put your hand on your heart and just listen to your inner being. You know, like we don't need to do all this stuff. We just need to be, you know, like, I think every time, I mean, I watch people on videos, and I'm ironically not saying not to watch things and not to follow things, because we gravitate towards people that are resonant to us and they've got messages for us. But just to not get carried away in other people's and other, gurus or whatever you want to call them, just not get carried away in their way and what they said to do, and it's everything's outside of us, and we've got to manifest this and we've got to manifest that. Actually, we've just got to be, because everything is becoming a distraction. So you've got the whole world stage playing out, which is distracting many, trying to keep people in fear. And then there's other stuff that's just coming up. You've got all the conspiracies, which again is just all fear, which I've spoke about in the past before. I do know that these conspiracies will only come true if you manifest them, right? And that's when you focus on them, because everything is an illusion. Everything you create in your life, you manifest that in your life. So you focus on certain things, it becomes your truth. So, like where energy goes, where your focus goes, energy flows. So we don't need to do anything. We do what we want to do. I don't want to tell you what to do. But I just want people to take a step back. So anyway, the card that I pulled last night, I done my oracle cards, and they were all about love and connecting and abundance by being, like feeling the abundance coming in by just being. And then I pulled out this lilac fire dragon card, and it says, transmute through the power of divine love. Open up transcendent love and enlightenment. Purity of heart brings peace, hope and joy. So it's again, it just reminded me about being in my heart and just being and enjoying with gratitude and love with what is happening in my life. And it just blew me away actually last night after the breathwork part and these things being on my mind over the last week of how we're all just different. And it's okay to be different. It's okay if you meditate like that, or if you feel drawn to do a fast, or if you feel drawn to do a diet, or you want to go vegan, or it's okay, because it's your path, your truth, it's what's resonant to you. We don't all have to be the same and follow the same thing. It's when we stop being truthful to ourselves and stop being in our heart. That is when we, how can I put it? That's when we actually lose touch of ourselves. So we can have like overload of information, or we might be focusing on the external and not in the internal. So what we've got, what we're having, what money we have, what house we've got, or what job we've got. We're not got enough clients. We're not doing this. We're not doing that. And actually, because we're so focusing on the external, it's not happening. Because internally, you're not following your heart. You're just following the outside noise. And that that's really resonant to me. And I just want that. The reason I run my circles and the reason I want to do this empowerment course is to help people to be themselves and to connect in with them, and to know that everybody's different, and to allow people and give people the opportunity to self-heal. Because we've all got the ability to heal ourselves. Yes, you can go to healers, and I go to healers. Yes, we can go to people to help. Like when I do work on people, I'm not healing them. They're healing themselves. So by opening up their channel and allowing the information and the codes to come through, they've done that. They've connected with that because they've wanted to connect with it and they've wanted to do it. They've done it, and it's happened organically. And because they've allowed themselves to open up to what's happening, they are starting to heal themselves, and it's a journey that they are on. If someone's forced to go to therapy or healing, then it never really works. And that's like when we sort of force drug addicts or people with trauma that don't really want help at that precise moment in time, and they're being forced to do things. It never really works because it's not coming from their heart. And it is a really tricky situation because you can get clouded when you're in that place. I've been in that place myself. You know, I've had deep depression in the past. I've wanted to take my own life. I've had a really traumatic time when I was 15, 16. I've spoken about it before. I was in a really abusive relationship, and it's only now 2020 where I've been able to forgive, been able to accept that path of my life, not let it affect it going forward, and because I've wanted to, not because I've been forced to, or because I've bypassed it. And I think I bypassed it for many years actually, so which we tend to do. I'm probably rambling on a bit here, but anyway, I've got another book that's sort of related to Gene Keys. Well, it is related to Gene Keys. It's supposed to come with the Wisdom Keepers Oracle deck, but I've never been able to purchase them. They're out of stock at the moment. But I was just reading through it last night, and I'm just going to just read this part of it. So I'm here to recognise the artfulness in you. I come when it is time for you to market from the heart. So sell yourself from the heart, not to the external with the external stuff. What is the essential message you want to share with the world? So my message is all about self-healing, self-love. You know, like I really want to empower people to just connect in. How does your love long to be expressed? What is the deeper intention behind your offerings? When you share a genuine gift with the world, know that you are turning an ability to manipulate out of fear into an ability to manipulate the world into becoming a more caring, inspiring place. So here, I'm feeling that it's, this week's Gene Key is Gene Key 26, by the way. I'm feeling that it's about when we're living from our heart, and we're service to others, we're helping others, we're helping the collective. We can only do that when we're working from our heart rather than working from a service to self, you know, all about money. Or, I mean, obviously we need to pay bills. We're in this 3D reality. We're not going to get, you know, this is where we are. But in the same time, if we're living from our heart and we're helping from our heart, then it will bring the abundance that we need. You know, we can't force anything. We can, but it never works. Remember that intention and will are not the same thing. Let go of thinking you can only achieve your goals through willpower or by giving your mind the reins. Half the time, your mind doesn't even know what you want. I'm asking you to reach deeper. And while you're reaching, stop judging your pride and ego. Embrace and celebrate them for their ability to make dreams come true. So, the question is, where might you be pushing too hard with your will? Where are you not listening to your heart? Where are you trying to be something you're not? You know, are you trying to be something you're not? Do you feel like you're not worthy? Do you feel like you're below people? Do you feel like that we're not all equal? You know, these are stories that we've told ourselves through growing up, and it's because we're living in the external world rather than our internal world. And yeah, I really find that when I've taken a step back, I can connect more, and you know, it's all there for us. You know, cosmically, this is a really exciting time, but I don't want to put too much emphasis on the external, you know, at this time. I want to put the emphasis on the internal. I want to live in the moment. I want to move, dance, have joy, be happy. I want to create magic, but I want it to come organically. I don't want to force it. And I feel like, you know, and when I, like again, when I'm talking from my experience when I say I feel like we, yeah, it's just my truth from my experience that's personal to me. But I feel like we're reaching out to try to get some sort of sense from the outside, but it's all inside. and we're trying to do, you know, different things, different meditations, and we're trying to find something that fits us. And sometimes we do things that we don't even like doing because we feel like it needs to be done to create that connection, that higher vibration. But really, that higher vibration is in us. You know, it's there. That's what we are. We are cosmic beings. It's just that we are stopping ourselves from being that person because we're thinking with our mind, and we're not going within. Now, this whole chat could be complete rambles, but I'm just talking from my heart that's been on my mind about the spiritual journey. No one's journey is the same. You know, everyone's journey is different, and that's the beauty of life. That's the beauty of us. You know, individually we are all different, but we are all still connected as a whole, like a jigsaw puzzle that goes back together. And when we can just disconnect from the external and, you know, the wanting of everything someone else has got, or the wanting of, you know, how much money we're going to make, how much clients we've got. I mean, I know that there's a lot going on out there with regards to this, and this is going to trigger people, and I know it is, and like I say, this is just my truth, and if it's triggering you, then maybe ask yourself why. But, you know, we can go out in search and market ourselves as this most wonderful healer therapist that's going to transform your life, and, you know, we can spend money on the marketing tools, but really, is it going to do what's meant to be done? Is it following the path of your soul, or is it because, you know, you feel like you desperately need that money, or I desperately need to get this business up and running, or, you know, I need to continue to do this because I need to do this, but it's not heartfelt. And if it is heartfelt and you do feel the need to do yoga, or do silent meditation, or do a fast, or do a diet, or, you know, whatever it is for you, if that is your truth, then it's your truth. And you know, because it's coming from your heart, it's coming from your soul. You'll know when it comes from your soul. So start tuning in to your inner being and do what is right for you. Get some boundaries in place. Stop doing what other people are telling you to do. Stop feeling like you've got to please everybody. This is your moment in time now where you can literally shine your light. Go out of 2020 with a bang of complete and utter divinity of yourself. Forget the external. Connect into yourself. If you don't want to do something, don't do it. Don't compromise. You know, I can feel like my passion just coming forward now, and it's just lessons that I've learned this year, and I just want to send the message out to others to just please just follow your heart. Don't allow the external fear to like perpetuate your consciousness. The fear of like not having enough money, the fear of not, you know, of there being a blackout, the fear of not having food, that, you know, the fear of everything is creating and bringing that into your body and your life. You're manifesting it in. So if you want abundance, you need to feel abundance. You want abundance, you need to live from your heart. Like it really is that simple, but we make it so difficult, you know, because humans live in this ego mind, which is fine. The ego's there. It's there for a reason. It's there to protect us. But sometimes we're doing things for external validation, or we're doing things to make ourselves feel better. But actually, ultimately, it doesn't, because nothing outside of us externally makes us happy. Everything that makes us happy comes from within. So no person, no place, no amount of money, no car, no house, no clothes, no bag, none of that really makes you happy. They are just a distraction. To be happy is to be in gratitude with your very moment, and to be in with your soul. And it may sound corny, but it's true. And you know, it's something that I'm working on myself and that I'm trying to remind myself of. But the more I do it, the more calm and happier I am. And the more I get stressed, the more I can feel it moving inside me. You know, when I'm constantly watching and focusing and like, oh, I've got to do this and I've got to do that, and oh my God, I've got, you know what? When I do my circles, I sometimes go up to like a panic beforehand, and I think I've got to try and figure out what to do on it, and I never ever do. I write notes and then I just flow, and when I flow, I know, I mean, obviously I like to just get an idea of how I'm going to flow that night, but I just like it to come. And that's what we should be doing in life. We should just let things flow. And if things don't feel right, then it's not right, guys. You know, like, listen to your body. Start standing up, and, you know, it's all within you. So what might be someone else's truth, it might not be yours. And that's okay. You know, like, we're all different. We are all so beautifully unique and different, and we just need to connect into that. And for our whole lives, we've been put into a box and told to, and expected to like, look at this person, look how amazing this person is, and then, like, you know, and the spiritual community, shall we say, it's the same, but it's not. It's not that. That's not the way it should be. It's a false light, you know, for you to be following. Just be. Anyway, that's my message. I don't know whether you felt anything, and, you know, whether it resonates with you, or take what does and leave what don't, or take none of it, whatever. I don't care. It feels good to get out and do a video. This really pushes my boundaries, doing videos, because seeing yourself on camera, you know, with a lot of trauma and a lot of deep, low self-worth that's literally built up in my life since I was a child, that I've worked on, and these videos are all a part of my journey. These aren't a part of my ego coming out and telling you what you should do. This is like almost like a diary blog kind of thing that helps me to ingrain the message that I'm telling you on the video. It is really ingraining the message into me as well. It's not, it's a real therapy for me, and it works for me, and I love being able to help people, and, you know, and if it empowers just one person, then it's worth doing. On that note, guys, I'm going to go, because I've got some home education to get on with and some lunch to make. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and weekend that's coming up. I'm doing a short meditation on Monday evening, around about 8 o'clock. If you let me know and you DM me if you want to be involved, I'll send you the Zoom once I've set it up. It really is going to be a short meditation. It's like I say, it's going to be around 20 minutes. There may be some light codes that come through. It's just something I've been called to do, and you're welcome to join me. So it'll probably be around 8 p.m. UK time, GMT. So if you want to join me, just let me know. If you're looking at this on YouTube, just put the comment below, and let me know your email address, or go on to my Instagram, Evolve Your Soul, and it's evolve.your.soul, and you can DM me there if you want to join me. I've also got some solstice meetups next week and circles, online circles. Again, please check out my Instagram or message me for any information. I don't think I put actually my meetups on Instagram, but anyway, I will do that when I can, you know, get in the flow to do it. But today, just going to enjoy the afternoon. So see you later, guys. Bye bye.